All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to Spyrothon 8. We have our Vortali relay race going on right now. This has been a build-up of over a month. We have our two teams that won their first matches a couple weeks ago now. So we have the Elora Launchers versus Mommy Misato Gang. I can't believe I just said that live on stream. It's going to be a hype one. Both of them had dominant victories during their first matches, so this will be super duper interesting. This is going to be the best of three races, which means it'll be the first team to win two races. Um, so, best of luck to the runners. I'm going to hand it over to our commentators, Dylan J. Fox and Glued.
Welcome on in, everybody. It's the finals. We have two undefeated teams going one-on-one for all of you people out here today. We are here in the Vortaliany relay race final match to determine who is the best team in the world. I am excited for this, Glued. How are you feeling about this?
Oh, I'm so fired up, Dylan. You have no idea.
So fired up.
I'm absolutely fired up, Bob. Let's do this.
Right. How about you guys, Ann and Nuke? How are you guys feeling? Are you ready for this?
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready to smash this Vortex run.
I was born ready.
All right. So, here's the little thing that we're going to do, right? I'm going to intro you guys into this, and then we're going to do a quick countdown, a quick 3, 2, 1, and get you guys rolling on this. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, let's get ready to Spyro! Runners, 3, 2, 1, go! All right, guys, so we're going to be playing some Spyro today. Anyway, I want to give you guys some energy to build this. This has been a really exciting event. I'm super happy that Spyrothon let Vortaliany get a platform to shine. I wanted to make sure that we got as much hype behind this as we possibly could. We are here watching the very best of the best at these categories put on a show for you guys. And I am so excited to watch these guys. How are you feeling, Glued? How are you? What's your energy feeling like, man?
I'm feeling great. I am so stoked to see some high-level vortex between Anchovy and Nuke_47. This is going to be great. Both of them are going to be very excited to lead their teams to victory. So I can't wait to see it.
Absolutely. And this category in particular, along with the other two, are incredibly trick-oriented, super hype categories. A lot of bells and whistles going on every which way. However, in the early goings, we kind of just got a little bit of a cheat code, which you guys saw going on. It unlocks all the levels in the run for Vortex, which is their way of getting about all the levels without having to meet all the requirements, which normally require you to get a bunch of gems, dragons, and eggs. Just in general, I want to quickly talk a little bit about the runners. We had those interviews throughout the show, but I know not everybody was here for them. I want to take a quick moment and say Anchovy, absolutely my hero when it comes to speedrunning. One of the most dedicated runners I have ever seen in my life. Nuke47, very similar energy from the guy. However, he doesn't exactly put himself in that in those shoes too often. Unfortunately, having a bit of trouble here in Town Square in the early goings. This trick can be a bit messy, just in general. Sometimes you get like that flop as you saw with Nuke there. But, you know, early relay run vibes, it can happen. Oh, and getting a quick dog proxy. I'm looking at the wrong screen right now, Glued. My bad.
Get it together, Dylan. You've got this.
I know. I'll get there. But, yeah, both runners, incredibly dedicated, incredibly skilled. Anchovy, I have been watching since the very first day that they were running Vortex live on Twitch. I remember watching them run, and the dedication they have shown to get the time they have now is incredible. And they are one of my biggest inspirations when it comes to watching speedrunners, and I know that they're a very loved member of the community. Same with Nuke, really just to differing levels and differing time frames of when they really started. But both runners are going to put up a phenomenal run for you people. And yeah, it's going to be a great show in here. So Anne's going to be the first one to make her way out of Artisans. Heading towards the balloonist now. We're going to see what route they go with. I don't think they decided on if they're both going to the same first hub. Because in Vortex, you actually get that extra variable, right? Glued where, how about you explain this a bit? Like, you can go to whichever hub you want to, right?
Yeah, sure, I can explain this for you. Because it's a cheated category where you use the All Worlds cheat to gain free access between worlds, yeah, you can kind of route worlds 2, 3, 4, and 5 in basically whatever order you want. Typically, optimally, 2 comes after 3. They always go together because you can warp directly into the one of the World 2 levels. That's Peacekeepers. So, yeah, we'll see what order Nuke decides to go for here. He's going to go for the same. They're both going to go into Beast.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Beast is a good hub to get out of the way early on. A lot of challenging tricks here. First one we're going to see from Anne is Biscuit Blast, and okay, they get a second shot at. They didn't get the initial quick one, but unlucky. A little bit early on that charge. Basically, the intention is to charge when that thing would hit you with its little electric bolts. However, Anne unfortunately was a little bit off-timed on that. Ooh, off-timed on the Terry boost, I think that one's called.
That's going to buy some time for Nuke.
Yep. Early goings, it's anybody's game, and I will say that a lot during this relay because, frankly, there are a lot of choke points across all 3 of the runs where you can lose a significant amount of time. Ooh, Nuke! Ooh, not high enough, I don't think. Yep. But still, okay, that's fine. He got to continue on pretty quick. Alright. And out of Terrace, gonna head over to Misty Bog. Probably the hardest level in Vortex, right, Glued?
Absolutely. You know, just as it is in any percent and 120%,
Yeah.
just an absolutely murderous level. And Anchovy is going to show you.
it.
Anne's going to show you exactly why.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I wouldn't be surprised if they had taken an unfortunate death here. Oh, no, look at... What did I say? That's insane. They took a death. Of course, I'm joking. The Vortex and the level design for this level is a bit funky, so we just get to hop on over to the Vortex. Pretty easily, actually. It's just a matter of if you have enough Sparks levels. Yeah. Nuke heading into Misty, doing the same thing. He has to wait on that Sparks really quickly to get him up to blue. And we're going to see if Anne goes for Task Tops. Do you think Anne's going to go for Task Tops here? Are you feeling that?
Honestly, I suspect that she's going to want to put on a show for the crowd, and she's going to go for it. That's what I think.
Okay.
She's going to lead over Nuke, so yeah, I think she's going to do it. No, she does not.
Our hearts. A little bit broken right there.
That is her specialty, yes.
Yeah. Breaking hearts? Or...
No, the Task Tops.
They call her the Heartbreak Kid for a reason. But there we saw her do a nice little execution-wise charge glide over to that panel. It's deceptively hard, especially if you're new to the category. It can be a bit funky. But both runners making quick work of that, making it look like absolutely the easiest thing you've ever seen. And Anne's gonna be doing some bowling here in a moment. If any of you guys, you know, you had a Wii in 2006, I'll let you know this trick was originally called Wii bowling, but gradually the Wii has been slowly thrown out the window in favor of just calling it bowling. Unfortunately, they are not able to land it, but here we got a squat coming up. Ooh, not high enough.
She does not land it. Shoutouts to Steffi, the inventor of that trick, who found it last year.
Steffi found squat or bowling?
No, she found bowling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
See, these are the things like you never learn to know.
I know everything, Dylan.
Dude, ooh. Tell me more. Tell me more about what's going on here. What are they about to do? How are they gonna get to the end of Metalhead?
Well, Anne's about to go for a damage boost, and she gets it.
Ooh.
Just ramping up the sloped surface there with the damage boost. And Nuke is going to go for the same.
That was pretty cute. I like that. Ooh. Both runners doing some cute strats out here. All right.
That one doesn't have a fun name.
I think that one's called the Mick Bendy Fun Twist, right?
Oh, absolutely. It is now.
All right. Well, good job. Nice Mick Bendy Fun Twist. Anyway, we're heading on to Dreamweavers now for Anne. I think Nuke is probably going to follow suit. Yep.
Hold on. Let's see what he's... Yeah, he is. And it looks like he's close to the advantage to about a single level load, so wow. Good job.
It's looking good right now. I will say, in general, Dreamweavers, I would say, is probably... Is it the... No, at high level Vortex, it's hard to say. It's not the hardest hub.
I would say Beast is harder at the highest level. You know,
Anyway,
yeah.
Hold on, I have to pop off. The fan goes, double Wizard Proxy. No, they missed the first one. Unfortunate. They told me they were going for double Wiz, and I wanted to make sure I had to pop off. But
Another one of her specialties.
Yeah, making me pop off. Yep, that's something that Anne does quite often. In addition to breaking hearts and being very good at Spyro the Dragon. Nuke having an unfortunate time in Haunted Towers here. That Wizard Proxy is a little bit finicky. Basically, what your intention is to charge glide, or even just regular glide, into the wizard as their arms are raising. By doing this, it displaces Spyro and sends him up in the air.
You get to this time.
Yep. Very nice. We're going to see Anne take a Death Abuse to get some faster routing over here to Dark Passage, which I would say is probably the most punishing level in this hub by a mile. Because
it definitely is. And that's
Ooh.
that's
I said
unfortunate for Nick.
punishing.
Yeah.
That's very punishing.
And he's down to 0 lives, so it's going to be a desperation time for Nuke. Oh, and actually, that's going to be tricky. That's going to cost him even more time on his way out of this level because he has to Death Abuse.
Well, yes, it could cost him a little bit less if he does know the lives code offhand. Oh, it looks like he's actually just gonna take the safe route here. I don't blame him. No sense in trying to do a level re-entry here. He's got to be able to put out a decent opening leg for his team if they want a good chance heading into like the second half. But he's having a bit of a rough going early on here with this level in Town Square.
And Anchovy's having a bit of a difficult time with Passage Boost, so she gets it.
You speak and she gets it. Man, you're a good luck charm, Glued. Man, I should take you around more often. Want to go to the slots with me after this?
Please do.
All right. Ooh, okay. So it looks like Nuke's putting in the lives code, hopping right on off of the ledge there, and we're gonna be continuing the run. So because this level or this category allows cheats, it's an extension of cheat percent technically. Using the lives code is perfectly fine, and you are able to do it regardless of where you are in the run. So Nuke was able to utilize that instead of having to game over and then respawn and do that whole thing where it takes like 10 to 15 seconds or something stupid. No Mudada boost, Sag, but we're gonna see a Turkey Vader come up here, Turkish Airlines, whatever it's called nowadays.
It's definitely Turkey Vader.
I've heard Turkish Airlines a lot more recently. I feel like the Vortex run or Vortex tricks always have like 7 names, and it's impossible for me to keep up with. Nuke now struggling a bit with passage boost as well.
He's just gonna go.
Yeah,
You
gotta respect it. It's a tough trick, and honestly, where Nuke's at, I think he's probably gonna look to prioritize consistency at a bit higher level. Just because, by utilizing strats that are less hard but don't save quite as much. That I have never seen someone wall glide on that.
That was cheeky. I've never seen that. I've never seen anybody flop off of there.
You don't need to get that as like an extra wall glide bit, but Nuke definitely showed us that you can. We're gonna see some interesting platforming here in Jock. This is actually one of my favorite levels to like just practice. Just I love the way platforming it feels when you do it well. Unfortunately, Anne's struggling a bit, but they're not gonna lose too much time for it. It just makes it look a little bit less pretty, but we're gonna see them clean up this second half, I'm sure. Yep, looking pretty good here. And also, just to mention a bit about the bosses in Spyro 1, they're not exactly your regular video game bosses. Like, you're not playing Destiny and having these epic boss fights in Spyro 1. You're kind of just, they're just walking around, and you kind of just bully them a little bit. Nuke, unfortunately, had a bit of a tough time with those mushrooms, which can push you, and did not get the Turkish Airlines / Turkey Vader like Anne did. But doesn't lose too much time to not get it. Unfortunately, it's going to be around 6 to 8 seconds, I believe, on that trick. Also, quick shout outs to Bucci with the raid with a party of 38. Thank you so much for supporting Spyrothon, Bucci. I've seen you in this event ample times, and I'm sure John Spyrothon, aka Phoenix, aka Faulty, and aka Tuper, and Sir Boris now all really appreciate your constant support of the event. So, just quick shout outs to them.
Hey, Bucci.
I like how I have this long, expedited speech. Hey, what's up? Love that. That's such a good chill energy.
Loves to be curt.
Yeah, and listen, you do. So here we see Anne going for Fish Ladder, which if you don't know Anne's full name is well, actually you can't really see, because the team name's there. Anne, last name Chovy. So, anchovy. This trick was named after them. However, to my knowledge, they didn't find it. Who found Fish Ladder? All-knowing?
No. She did find it. She did theorize it. She went to members of the community to have it tasked out to see if it was task viable, and eventually it was. And Composer proved it was RTA viable in the end. So, yeah, this is her trick, and it is named after her.
Got you. Well, that's dope. I was under the impression that someone else had found it was named after Anne, and I wasn't exactly sure why, but learning the lore of the run with Loves to be Glued. Lore of the Glued. Loves to be Lord. Anyway, Nuke is now joining in Alpine Ridge, and while there is a slight lead in favor of Anne's team, the Elora launchers, so far, I do believe the team Mommy Misato gang has a good chance to come back.
That's right. One of the great equalizers of this relay is coming up with Tuco at the end of this homeworld.
Okay, so Anne theorized it, Newen actually tasked it, and Composer hit it RTA. Is how the ordering for Fish Ladder learning / approval of theory happened. I don't know how to word that.
You did great, Dylan. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. But where were we at? So Anne's gonna be heading on over into Wizard Peak. Meanwhile, Nuke is heading out of Alpine, I believe. So technically, there's a level between them. But as you kind of just saw, High Caves isn't exactly the longest level in the world. So we're going to see them kind of catch up in the same level. I would guess around Blowhard. Probably tap off near Tuco, which, as you were, I think, just saying, is the great equalizer, right?
That's right. If I recall correctly, at Spyrothon 7 last year, Anne participated in a Vortex race with Albizi 1, and to her misfortune, actually got a 9th try Tuco.
And what exactly does that do, to the run, would you say,
Oh, well, the objective is to get a favorable option here. Tuco the Balloonist presents you with 5 options. He can warp you into one of the World 2 levels, Drag Canyon or Clifftown, with 20% odds each for about 40, for a total of 40%. And basically, you're talking to him over and over again until you get a favorable result. And for Anne last year, it did not quite work out that way.
Oh,
and that's what I mean when I say that this is the great equalizer. I mean, she could be ahead now, but Tuco can be merciless.
Gotcha. And Tuco, I think, right, he loses around 6 to 8 seconds for every time you need to talk.
That's correct.
Which can't. What?
That is the nuke launch. Yeah, it's his esoteric exit strategy for Wizard Peak. He's gonna go for it again. He gets it this time. Nice job.
That
Nuke.
was absolutely beautiful. I have never seen that in my life, but that was gorgeous. Does that save any time, or is that just for the swagger?
I think it's just for swag, and he is the only person who does that.
Oh, and with the first try Clifftown here, no equalizing there.
No equalizing this time. That's revenge for last year, I suppose. She's probably smirking pretty hard right now.
All right. So here we're seeing Anne hop on through Cliptown. I think they're gonna go for a little bit of a trick called, I believe it's Clark Kent. No, no Clark Kent. No. I meant by that I meant Superman. Sag. I can't believe Anne didn't go for Superman. My
Little
heart.
swag strat that saves you about 3 seconds.
Yeah, basically Spyro, like if you've ever seen him like kind of do like a charging jump in this game, he kind of does like that Superman pose. He puts that fist in the air and he kind of is going straight out. If you get hit by the mamas while you're charging, you kind of get locked in that pose a little bit for a second, and it looks like he's Supermaning. That's why it is called Superman. It's one of my favorite name tricks in this run.
And that's a second try Tuco for Nuke, so he's not going to lose too much time there.
Yeah. So this run, honestly, this race is, again, still anybody's game. There are a number of tricks where Anne can struggle a bit, possibly, and Nuke can catch up. We're going to see an MDS here. No, unfortunately. It looked like they were a bit hesitant on that jump. I'm not very well aware of all the...
Oh, Nuke hits stage 1 of the MDS. Oh, he flubs the roll. That's unfortunate.
No. Yeah.
So fun fact about MDS. For the longest time, there was an attempt to find a dry canyon skip, and to this effect, the great runner Xanthotoaster put out a bounty for anybody who could actually find it. And earlier this year, Waffle Wizard 1 and Texensis actually found it. So what you saw there was an attempt at dry skip.
Yeah. And it's definitely a tough skip. It can be a one-parter, but most of the time it's a two-parter, just because you need to have the thief there proxy you up to a very great height on occasion. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out for either runner in this case. But I do encourage, if you are interested in this run that you're seeing so far, feel free to join the Spyro community Discord, and people can show you all these cool tricks. And I can guarantee, especially Vortex, there are like at least like 20 people that will show you literally anything and everything you want to see. Also, and hitting the Shemp skip.
Took her a few tries, but she got it. That is a frame-perfect trick.
Is it one frame or is it 3?
It's, to my understanding, it's 1. I might be incorrect about that.
I was told that it was allegedly 3, but I've also been told mixed things about this game since the day I started running it. So it's a little tough. It's a little tough to get purely accurate information. There are a few people I fully trust to get information from on this game.
Do you
Fully.
trust me?
Yes, with my life and with my love.
Here we go. Nuke's gonna go for it. And he gets it first try. That's beautiful.
All right, both runners honestly putting on a stellar performance here. Both their Peacekeepers were pretty good. MDS is such a tough trick; it's hard to like discount them not getting it. I would say Nuke so far is probably about 30-40 seconds behind right now.
Yeah.
As Anne heads on into Nasties. So here, we're gonna see Anne scoop up Delphin, the only dragon we have to get in the run.
The only collectible.
Yeah, true. That's a good point. That's a very good point. Although Tuco does want you to collect a couple eggs, I will say that. God, what was I saying? By collecting him, it allows the other 2 dragon heads to open, so we can actually get into Twilight Harbor and go through that vortex. Technically, vortex, we don't go through 1, and it's a loot vortex. But that's only because it's inaccessible without 120%, even with the cheat. And struggling a bit here with TNT work or Berry Boost or whatever the 17th name of that trick is. Do you have another one for us, Glued?
No, that Berry Boost is fine. I'm on Team Berry.
You're on Team Berry? I'm a TNT worker, personally. But here we have what I would call another great equalizer in Twilight Harbor. If Anne goes for Twilight strats, depending on how it goes, this could be extremely detrimental. And I am pretty of the belief that Anne's gonna go for it. Just knowing who Anne is. Exactly. I mean, it's Anne we're talking about here. Yes, we're gonna see that first part on Green Sparks.
Here we go.
Go for like a little charge glide into a charge. Hop on up. They get up there. Okay.
2, 3. She's got it.
pipe boost. Ooh, we're big chillin'. There, gamer.
Wasn't the fastest way to get that trick, but she got it, and that's all that counts. She is still ahead by a full level.
Yeah. And Nuke coming in to Twilight Harbor as Anne's leaving, high-fiving each other on the way in and out of the portal here. Anne's gonna be heading into Nasty Nork. Now, here in a moment, we're gonna be transitioning from Spyro 1 to Spyro 2. On the Elora launcher side, we're gonna see Noyar take the reins for his team.
Our good friend Noyar Octun 90 or 98.
That's what he said.
What I said.
Once again, I would like to reiterate, one of the hottest players in Spyro in terms of pure attractiveness. I would say all 6 are pretty attractive, and you too, Blue.
Thank you.
I'm just here to try to give the energy that the world should be given to each other, you know what I'm saying? The only person we should be calling ugly around these parts is probably Nasty North, if I'm honest.
I have nothing nice to say about Nasty.
I mean, he's pretty nasty, we'll say that. And hopping on through this last room, about to finish up what's gonna be, I believe this will be a 23, 40 something, which is a pretty solid run.
Very solid, very solid.
We also have to calculate for the fact that the timer didn't start exactly when it was supposed to, if that makes sense. It didn't start on the, it started on when they click start, basically, versus when we start timing, which is on the fade in.
So I'd like to point out that Nuke is actually going to pass off to Composer, who is filling in for Kamek, who couldn't make it today.
Yeah, they couldn't make it on the account of, so before the event, I received an anonymous word that Kamek was actually assaulted with their capture card, namely Composer, or somebody that appeared to be Composer. I can't confirm that was. Just walked into their room, grabbed their capture card, and just started beating them over the head with it. I was not there personally. I just had a source that told me about it. Very scary things, but we have a replacement for the team, and Composer's gonna be taking the reins over on the right side of your screens here in a moment. So you blink and you miss Glimmer. But here, we're going to see Noyar collecting a bunch of gems. And you might be wondering, this looks a little bit weird. I watch Blunt Bows a lot. I've never seen Blunt collect all these gems. Well, Noyar does a bit of a different route, right? Noyar, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, does swim route. Where you buy swim from Moneybags, and you don't have to worry about sproutering, which is a very nice feature. It's a very nice thing. Noyar's also going to hit Beetle. Let's go, baby! That was so clean. Did you see that?
I did not, but it was absolutely beautiful. Good job, boy.
That's my boy right there. Look at him. Point out for my boy. All right, let's go. That's so hype. I can guarantee he's pogging right now. He's actually a pretty solid early game so far. I know we're only roughly 3 minutes into this run, but that was awesome.
Yeah, he's going to want to deliver victory for his team, so he's going to go for it.
Also, I want to take a quick moment and give a quick shout out to Jonathan Spyrothon in chat, aka Phoenixaki, for all the awesome transitions they're providing us right now, and the people watching. So here we're seeing Noyar continue to scoop up some gems. There's going to be some discrepancies in the early goings of this run. So, namely, Noyar is going to be getting all these gems, has to collect, I believe, 500 to buy swim. Composer missing both beetles. Uncharacteristic of Composer here. I would say he's one of the most consistent beetlers I've ever seen. Yeah, we're just gonna see a lot more gem collection, specifically from Noyar here in the early goings to acquire that swim power up, which he will be able to use in a number of different areas to potentially save time or prevent himself from getting kind of soft locked. Namely, in the first hub, you have the levels of Sunny Beach and what's the other one?
Aquaria Towers.
Thank you. I was gonna say Seashell Shore, and I couldn't remember it.
I got you. Don't worry.
And those levels you can very easily get kind of soft locked in if you're not careful, just because of the fact that you more or less need swim to progress through them usually. But By purchasing it, you obviously will not have to worry about any restrictions with that, whereas Composer might have that to worry about as a possible thing coming up here. But he's an incredible runner, and I have the most confidence in the world in both of these guys.
Yeah, shoutouts to Composer, who started off as a Spyro 2 any% runner. Did great things in that category before moving on to Vortex. Grabbed world record in that category earlier this year, held it for a few months, and is now moving on. Well, is also moving on to other categories in S2, like 14 Tally. Tremendous player.
Yeah. I mean, I think in terms of like purely like Spyro players like that have come onto the scene like the last like 2 years, Composer has like made a case for being just one of the best across the whole trilogy. If you haven't seen them, they have been doing an incredible job in Vortex, in 14 Tally, and in 3 Any, respectively, individually. And they have been making a great case for themselves in terms of like finding strats, in terms of putting up insane times, and I'm happy to call him my friend. I have to call everyone in this relay my friends, including my co-commentator and wife, Loves to be Glued.
Great.
I am so happy to be your wife.
Alright. So, as you can see, compared to what Composer's going to do here, Composer's going to do a little bit of a different out of bounds. We just see Noyer hop on through like that water, and they're both going to be heading into Hurricos here. So, Hurricos, very wacky level. I think in terms of 100% it's the worst level, but in terms of 14 Tally, it's also maybe the worst level because there's this clip here, which we're going to see Noyer go to do, which sometimes can feel like RNG. Like, this looks great, and it doesn't work. He could have been a little bit more left there, possibly. But sometimes this clip is just so finicky and just doesn't want to work. And he goes for it again, and that one, it looked identical to the first one, and for some reason it worked, where the other one didn't. And I can guarantee you, input-wise, he was doing next to nothing difference. So, I have nothing to say about that clip beyond it feels like RNG to me. It just does. We are also going to scoop up some more really good gems here in Hurricos. There's, I believe, around like 50 here in like this quick like little span. So they're super good to collect for some later levels and later things he's going to be doing. Composer, hitting the clip. Very simple, very clean. It's the way that you're making me feel tonight. And heading on over to Brainy the Electoral, rather. Apologies. And he's going to be hitting out Hurricos here in a moment as well. Both teams, pretty neck and neck so far. Honestly, and I keep saying it, it's still anybody's game. And that's what I love about this category. I love these relays. If you don't know, these relays have been being done for quite a little while across a few different channels. There's a Spyro Vortaliany server, which if you are interested in participating in relays, feel free to DM me, myself, and I, or Thrasher DBS, or Loves to be Glued, and we'll hook you up with some links after the show. Because these events are always super fun to watch and participate in. And,
yeah, I mean you're seeing a relay here, but there are some brave souls who do this solo, and shout outs to them because that's quite the undertaking.
It does. It takes a lot to do all 3 of these categories, especially at the level that each of these runners are going to be doing individually. And there are some people that are able to perform at that level on an individual basis, which is bonkers. Also, both runners hitting getting to the end of Sunny Beach here, and they are literally neck and neck.
That's right. Composer has closed the gap.
This is a wild one. I gotta say that. However, there is gonna be a bit of a time deficit that Composer will potentially have to face at the end. They told me before the run, they told me this a few days ago, that for this, they were gonna be going for Sproder into Ripto, which you may know as the hardest trick in Spyro, execution-wise, which could be an incredible time save for him, or it could be an incredible time deficit for him. However, coming up...
I'd like to point out that Composer is actually the madman who managed to do this not blindfolded, but with like the TV off or the lights off. He's got a video of it somewhere on YouTube, absolutely insane that he could nail that trick. Like, basically blind.
Also, want to point out, both of these 4-team tally runs so far have been, like, incredible. The only thing that Composer missed, or that's been missed so far, I think, is Composer's Beetle. Like, Noyar, I really wouldn't be surprised if he was on, like, PB pace right now. As his early game has just been stellar. But here, we're going to be heading on into the first boss of Spyro 2, which is Crush.
Well done.
Which you might know from Spyro 3 and the funny tricks you can do on the skateboarding missions as Orange Crush, which he's blue. I don't know why they didn't call it Blue Crush, but who knows? What are your thoughts on that, Glue? Do you think they should have named it Blue Crush, or is Orange Crush cooler? Because there's an orange soda called Orange Crush, but, like...
Can we compromise? Can we put them together? Maybe that would make some kind of interesting flavor combination.
Orange.
Yeah.
Orange. Orange blush. You make me blush. What? Anyway. So here the strat for Crush is to keep him on the pad that he's currently on for both players. And by doing this, you can basically keep him locked in this blue after he gets through these two mandatory red phases, which helps a lot with saving time, as it makes it so he doesn't have to do like, the whole running animation before he attacks, and you can attack him more or less instantly, which is really, really dope. He's kind of a dumb boss, I'm gonna be honest. Like, he just hurts himself on repeat. He does the same thing like 7 times, and that's how you beat him. Like, I don't know. You think Crush is a bit of a dummy head? What are your thoughts on Crush, Blue?
Oh, I think he's a misunderstood genius.
You think so? Like, what do you think? What do you think's going on in that beautiful mind?
It's controlled insanity. That's what it is.
That's absolutely fair. Also, these Crushes finishing basically in stereo. Like, few seconds off from each other right now. And
You gotta love it. The teams are tied at this point. You'll love to see it.
It's gonna be interesting because I know Composer's gonna go for some pretty interesting strats here. In the first level of Autumn Plains, Crystal Glacier, turn to the right, hop on into the portal, and we're into the first snow level of Spyro 2. Which I notoriously have voiced my opinions of, just in general, snow levels. I have a great distaste for them, but in Spyro 2, they're pretty cool. I gotta be honest, they're pretty fun. And here we see both runners hit the initial double jump over. That is deceptively a lot harder than you'd think. Also, the little Sprouters for both runners. Noyar, oh wait, no, they're doing slightly different strats. I thought Composer was gonna go for a Sprouter, but instead they went for they went for Snowball, popping off for the people. I don't know, applause for Composer on that one. That was clean. That was a really clean Snowball. I forgot
That was
Snowball
impressive. Wow.
God, he's so good and attractive. Like, what's going on? Like, how are these Spyro runners good at the game and hot? Like, how
So
does this
advantage, Mommy Misato gang. That's they're gonna be popping off in that server.
Yeah, I gotta imagine, like, right now, both runners, like, I gotta say this right now, both runners are putting on stellar runs, and I keep saying it, and I'm gonna keep saying it, even if you don't like it, because these runners are doing something that most people genuinely just can't. And that's, like, perform in the setting, perform with this pressure, and not only do that, do it incredibly well. And, like I said, I really wouldn't be surprised if Noyar's on PB pace. Composer, not sure if on PB pace, but they're definitely on a good pace.
Yeah, they're feeling it.
Yeah. The only thing they missed, again, was Beetle. And really, that's not the worst thing in the world. Blink and you miss Skelos, by the way. It's a very simple level, as you kind of just saw. Hop on a bone, do a little double jumpy action, and hop on over to the end of the level. And pop in the portal, and then we're heading on to the next level, which I think is Breeze Harbor, coming up here. Composer omitting that 10 gem, gonna hop right into the portal instead.
And the great question coming up, is he gonna go for maskless?
Maskless is free, as famously quoted by God Emperor Toby Spyrothon, or 2% Milk. I'm very firmly of the belief that Composer will hit a quick little maskless here. Oh, no, massless isn't free for him. Never. Ooh, maybe he should have gone for massless. Little bit of a hiccup there on the double jump. A little bit of a hiccup here in the movement. Unfortunate. This is gonna lose him a bit of time. Give New Yar a little bit of a chance to catch up. Oh, both runners slipping up a little bit here on the top. Neuer not gonna lose quite as much time, but still gonna lose a few seconds. Not save as much compared to Composer here as he could have. But
I think he's gonna kick himself a little bit for that one. That was his opportunity to get back into the game, but he'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll live. 100%. There's still ample opportunity here over the course of Hub 2 to catch up. And yeah, we're going to see both runners perform what is commonly known as climbless. You saw this earlier in Spyro 2 80% with Jin Swag Tia if you were here. Basically, it is it's kind of the entry point, or like the both runners doing like a little sproder there. I like the swag on that. It's kind of the barrier to entry, I think, for a lot of Spyro 2 for runners is learning climbless, because it is challenging. It requires a solid understanding of the double jump mechanics. But of course, with these runners being as seasoned and as good as they are, both runners making it look like an absolute walk in the park. And Composer talking to Greta, cleaning up the end of Scorch here, with Neuer following pretty quickly behind. They took a little bit of a different route because, again, Neuer tends to like a bit more gems in his route for how he likes to do things. Composer doesn't collect quite as many. And we're going to see like the times per level like kind of shift around a little bit just because of that. Now, we're about halfway through the race right now. And I got to ask you, Glued, who are you pulling for here? Whose team are you on?
You can't do this to me. I'm pulling for everybody. I want a great race. Let's get this down to the wire.
All right. Well, if you're gonna be the babyface comment, I'll be the heel. I mean, I think Elora Launchers has this in the bag. I don't think Mommy Misato Gang has a chance here, Glued. Like, do you really think that this is gonna be an even race?
Oh, it's gonna be. It's gonna
closing
be
moments.
It's gonna be a great one.
It is going to be a great one. I am, of course, just joking. Once again, I would like to reiterate, the wonderful thing about this race and about this community is the camaraderie I believe we all share in these runs. And Composer hitting! Oh my god, hitting Satorless. God, that's got to feel good. That is a big time save, and Neuer is unfortunately going to fall a little bit further behind off the back of it. Super clean. But I do want to reiterate, the Spyro community is phenomenal, and if you haven't joined the Discord already, please do, because we have some excellent people around that will teach you anything and everything you want to know about these games and how to speedrun them. Composer hopping his way on over to Magma Cone. I think this is the third to last level in this hub before we head on into the end game, if you will. We're not Avengers, but we do have an end game coming up. And,
well, I'm not an Avenger, but I am an F.
And I am Iron Man. But right now it's looking like Composer's the Iron Man for his team, putting in a shift right now with that Satorless. Absolutely killing it right now. I just gotta say that. As well as that Snowball Proxy and Crystal Glacier, this second hub here has been something else. And hopping on up to the top of the Magma Cone, and we are cleaning up Magma Cone as Neuer is hopping on back to head into Magma Cone. So, as I mentioned, Satorless, huge trick, saves a ton of time. If I could explain it adequately, I would try, but honestly, there are some great tutorials to learn how to do it and how it works, and I will let them do all the work for that, because I personally cannot explain it in a way where I feel like it would be good enough for you guys.
You're good enough for me, Dylan.
Thank you. Thank you, sweetheart. I love you. Whoa. Whoa. All right.
Waffle Wizard asking if there's any Grapevine fans in the chat. Yes, I am a big fan of Grapevine. Shoutouts to Grapevine.
I did hear that through the Grapevine that you were a bit of a fan of theirs.
Haha, oh, whoa.
Oh, Neuer struggling a bit on this magma cone jump. Oh no, I thought they had it there, and then they... Oh dear, please don't pass away. Okay, Neuer. Okay, cleaning up there. Good job, good recovery, good time, taking your time and patience there. Big ups to Neuer on that. So that jump can be a bit deceptively hard. There is a height cap in Spyro 1 with how high you can fly up. So to kind of work with that, you need to do a double jump input while you are in the air, which allows you to kind of jump up to the top, which is how you get up there. Neuer, unfortunately, has had a bit of a tough time, but did a great job cleaning it up. So in Shady Oasis, no. Which one is it? Is this Shady Oasis or is this?
It is Shady Oasis, yeah.
Okay, I always doubt it. I hate like desert levels and I hate snow levels because I always get them mentally confused. But here in Shady Oasis, you basically have this hippo called Shorty, who is a she, by the way. Fun fact: if you look at the wiki, she is a she. A lot of us thought they were a he when we were kids, but that's something I was recently made aware of. Basically, there are just a bunch of checkpoints which you want to reach as early as possible, and by reaching them faster and faster and keeping ahead of Shorty, they actually move faster by proxy. And by doing this, it of course will make the level go by significantly faster, as otherwise it's kind of into just an auto-scroller. And we don't really like auto-scrollers in speedrunning. At least I don't. Maybe you do. Who knows? How do you feel about them? Not a fan. Wow. Everyone hates auto-scrollers. Wow. Chat, what are your thoughts on auto-scrollers? You hate them? Alright. Now, Composer here on the right, heading on into Zephyr, the final level. The final, like, regular level of the run, actually. Now that I think about it. Because after this, we have we have boss fight, then homeworld, then Dragon Shores, then a boss fight. So... here in Zephyr, there are a number of ways to get out of bounds and do what Composer just did, but the way they do it is the fastest and the most consistent, and they make it look like it's absolutely nothing, but I promise you, it's a lot harder than it looks. Now we're going to see them go for the balloon proxy. Now, 99 red balloons floating in the summer sky. That one, unfortunately, did not give him the height that he needed. But here we're going to see him hop over the cannon and free up Colonel Glug. And here in a moment, we're gonna see Neuer join him in Zephyr. Following this Shady Oasis, he's gonna run over to talk to Elora. You saw it before with Composer, but the function of Elora is to kind of let you know like what levels you miss and what talismans you don't have. So by talking to her twice here, it'll teleport you to whichever levels you haven't done. Because we left Zephyr until the end, it'll teleport us to Zephyr, which saves a considerable amount of time compared to trying to fly to level or get to the level through other means.
Any Zephyr fans in chat? I love Zephyr.
I love Zephyr. It's my favorite element, or material. Rock. Is it a rock? I think it's a rock. Is it the Rock? Is it Dwayne Johnson?
It is Dwayne Johnson.
New Year, doing the same thing Composer did. Look, making it look beautiful, making it look easy, and I believe we're gonna see Neuer go for a one of the 99 red balloons we have left over. Try to proxy off of. Nope, just omits it. Doesn't want it. Doesn't want it. I heard they were gonna go for the German version there, the Loof balloon version, versus the Goldfinger version. I think that one's by Nina. Is that the name of the band? Nina?
Nina, yeah.
Okay. You're an expert here, and I'm kind of a bit of a dumb head compared to you, the hottest player in Spyro history. And on the right, we're gonna see Composer cleaning up the first couple phases of Gulp. I didn't see if they got a double barrel, but they did get the double rocket by the looks of it. And from here on out, the intention is to get at minimum doubles. And by doubles, basically the plan is to hit a bomb into him and at least get a rocket or a barrel to shoot into him. There are various ways to do it, and there are also ways to do what are called triples, which are a lot less consistent, but can lead to some funny shenanigans and incredible gold times, which you will never hit in paces where you are actually on pace, because Gulp is mean. Now both runners and Gulp Composer are having a stellar time, getting some great RNG
He's
here.
cleaning up.
He is cleaning up. He is absolutely cleaning this Gulp up. Oh, look at that. Ooh, Gulp turns around, goes for the barrel. Unlucky for Composer. Ooh, mistimes the bomb a little bit. Okay, so they're gonna have to take an extra hit here. This gives Noyar a little bit to catch up. A little bit of a hiccup here for Composer. Reading in chat here, Waffle's talking about PIR, aka proxy into Ripto, which could be pretty funny. He might be going for the funny wall proxies, where he like charges on the wall. He might do that, or he might do the penguin proxy into Ripto, which is technically doable, but it's incredibly hard. Noyar taking a single there, unfortunately getting triple bombed. It's sad, but it happens.
I'm just looking forward to seeing what Composer does here in the final stage. What is he going to do?
His best.
That's right.
That's really all we can ever ask for. Yeah, Penguin to Ripto is way cooler. Significantly cooler. But here we're going to see Composer do some funny platforming with the Penguin, off a Penguin proxy, and head on into Dragon Shores, which you would notice is like a level that you're not supposed to be into. He does a lot of bounds because the portal is underneath the main Winter Tundra area, and he gets in that way, which is pretty cool, pretty dope. And here what the plan is to hop on over this way and try to access, oh my god, he's just so good at Spyrothon. Try to access that fireball power-up just a little bit early. And here in a moment, as Noyar finishes up Gulp, Composer gonna be heading into what is the final split for him with a Spyrothon into Ripto, which, to my knowledge, has never been successfully performed in a relay. Or in an event. Not quite. Ooh, how do they recover that? God, they're so good.
They're so talented.
They are so good at the game. How does that happen? And here they're going for their second try, and they're gonna hit it. They are hitting it. Yeah. Ooh, they might be a little low. They're a little low. They were a little low.
Quite
They
high enough.
recognized it. Oh, that's unlucky. But this is giving Noyar some valuable time to catch up for his team. Very unfortunate. Composer going at it for a third time. Unfortunately, I don't think he's making it back. Oh my god. Why is he so good at this recovery? Alright, it's okay. This fourth one, it's gonna be it. Alright, it's looking good. Very clean. And they
There we
hit
go.
it that time. Okay.
No mistake. That was beautiful.
So, as Noyar is just into Dragon Shores here, unfortunately having a bit of a tougher time with Gulp than Composer did, we're gonna see that Spyrothon into Ripto. And here, as soon as that last hit to his third phase is done, we're gonna be seeing his teammate White Paws take the reins, and they are in the lead. Heading into this, I want to remind you, Composer was at a bit of a deficit, but by implementing slightly harder strats and different things here and there, they were able to make up that deficit and bring themselves to a pretty favorable position here, and their team into a favorable position here, heading into Phase 3.
Yeah, can I bring up one of the storylines heading into this relay?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. So White Paws came in relief for Waffle Wizard 1 during the qualifiers last month and put on 2 stellar 3 any runs, very steady, calm, and composed to bring his team to victory and get an upset over the game you just lost. And we will be eagerly awaiting to see if he can do it again.
I also would like to remind people that Composer's actually on that team, the game you lost. However, now we're seeing White Paws hop into Spyro 3, and Noyar's on Ripto. Oh, this race is so close. Right now, there's probably about a minute between the teams. So White Paws was practicing just earlier today. I was asking them how they were feeling about everything. Their confidence, not in the best spot. But if there's anything I know about them as a runner, I've been watching them basically since I started speedrunning. They are one of the most like adept runners. They are one of the most like calm, collected runners. And every time I have seen them perform in a relay setting, or I'm sorry, a marathon setting, they have outdone themselves. As Blue mentioned in their pre-qualifier where they were kind of put on the spot to be there, they did a great job, and I'm expecting the exact same here today. So on the left, we're going to see Noyar finally finishing up Ripto here. Great run for Noyar. I actually would like to know if that was a PB, because he hit like everything he went for and then some. But White Paws finishing up Sunny Villa has about a level and some change on Blunt as it stands. It looks like Blunt's getting a bit of a disc crash right now, getting stuck on the powerful villain emerges screen.
Oh, that's not good.
So that is another equalizer that we could talk about here. Is the number of cutscene crashes each runner experiences here will 100% affect the outcome of this race here. So, man, we are into my favorite game in the trilogy, and every time I see this run, every time without fail, I always feel like this warmness, this sense of like love and compassion for it. And once again, to see two people that I would call very good friends of mine performing here at Spyrothon. Once again, thank you so much for the platform and for showcasing Vortaliany Relay in this way. It's just something else. It's something awesome. And by the way, Blunt hidden that little proxy there, which unfortunately White Paw has struggled with a bit. I would argue it's one of the hardest proxies in the game, but you know, these runners are very seasoned and are adept and are able to hit those. And White Paw is also in a little proxy of his own of Seashell Boy. Oh man. Man. I love this run, Blue. How do you feel about 3NE? Do you love 3NE?
Well, I don't play 3NE, so I don't have quite the attachment to it that you might, but I have a lot of respect for it. A lot of respect for the people who run it, you know, including Waffle and GT and Beatty, White Paws, Bluntbows. You know, tremendous.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, Blood hitting a nice little waterfall swim in air there. Very clean as he enters Seashell Shore, and we see White Paws here about to try to do the Molten Crater wall glide. Hop on into that portal here. Oh, unfortunately, no. Unlucky. Very unlucky. They didn't quite get the height off of the wall glide they wanted. But let's see if they can hit the combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. They're going back for it because they wanted some of that pizza. Let's see if they can hit the Taco Bell. I'm sorry, that was actually the Taco Bell. This is the Pizza Hut coming up. I just get them confused. You know, they both serve phenomenal food, probably.
Oh, just exquisite. Yeah,
exquisite.
Count on Taco Bell to give you exquisite food. Absolutely.
And you know, especially at like 3 in the morning when you're on your way home. Like 3 a.m. Taco Bell hits different. But you know else hits different? White Paw is hitting that proxy and hopping onto the end of Molten Crater like a G, like a gamer. And still holding a pretty solid lead here against Bluntbows, which we're going to see if they are able to continue holding. Blunt hitting that Pizza Hut himself, and now he's going to go for the Taco Bell in the level, which is, of course, more proxy. I believe it was Ghostly Trickster who kind of adapted the names, which I have further adopted. It's a combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell, and it's because of the song combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. And that's all it takes for me.
Oh, we got somebody in chat asking if this is best of 2. It is not.
Yeah,
Whoever
unfortunately,
wins,
this is gonna be a best of 1.
Yeah.
I wish it were a best of 3 personally, but I understand why it's not. I totally get it.
I mean, I was on board for it being best of 5. So.
I'm on board for it being best of 69. That's an odd number, right?
Nice.
That's a nice number.
Yeah, we should have made this a best of 7, Derek. Playoff season.
True. I would like to reiterate that the winner of this, John Spyrothon, has guaranteed a new Bugatti to each of the runners individually. I don't know what kind of salary they're on right now, but I guess Spyrothon's doing pretty well if they're able to offer this as a prize. And it's gonna be pretty cool to see one of these teams, driving a Bugatti. I'm gonna be in the passenger seat, gonna keep glued on my shoulders as we drive down the good old Route 6.
Oh, on your shoulders, not in the trunk. That's so thoughtful of you.
I mean, listen, I figured you would want some air out here, Absolutely. Yeah, we'll offer 1/3 of the Bugatti to each runner. Wait.
Thrasher, you can't go out spoiling things like that. Come on.
Wait, what do you mean, Thrasher? I was looking forward to riding in this. John Spyrothon promised me a Bugatti. Why would I be here otherwise? I wanted what? I'm fuming. I am. Well, anyway, we're seeing both runners make their way through Sheila's Alp. White Paw's struggling a bit because of some extra Rhinox spawns. Oh my god.
Yep, it looks like Blumpos is closing in.
God. Yeah, unfortunately, these guys can get a couple extra spawns while you're going through here. It is a little bit of RNG, but fortunately, really fortunately, Blumpos kind of having a bit of trouble with it too. But White Paws is still retaining something of a lead here, heading into the first boss fight and second hub, and they're also getting a cutscene crash, which I believe for them might be a little worse because I think their PS2's on the other side of the room for them, so they have to do a little bit of a hop, skip, and a jump to get over there, which does lose a bit more time through IRL strats not being optimal. And we're gonna see Blunt here head to Buzz as well. White Paws manipulating Buzz by standing on the edge of the arena, as well as turning their camera here to make it so their flames do not spawn. Making this boss fight go from, in my opinion, one of the hardest in the trilogy to one of the easiest in the games by a mile. Yeah, I think Buzz becomes super trivial. Yeah. Also, I would like to mention that there was no Moose Boost from Blunt Pose, which is kind of in, I don't know. I expected more, from Blunt. I think currently active, maybe best 3 runner, possibly. They are incredibly consistent and incredibly good, and they've made their way up the leaderboards faster than anyone I think I've ever seen in this category.
He's in second place now?
I believe so. I believe they're either second or third. But they are absolutely killing it. Anyway, we're seeing White Paws in Hub 2 here. They're gonna go for a little trick called Bridge Swim. Hopefully they can get it quick because this trick can be a bit finicky at times. They got a good setup going, good angle, and nice and fast. God, they're so good and hot. Oh, these runners are so good at the game. Oh, God, this race is so good. JT, is JT actually actively running 3 though? That is where my question is coming from here. I know JT is running 100 Egg. I know that's where their focus primarily is, but I don't believe they were doing any %, which is why I framed it in that way. JT is pretty clean. Once again, another extremely hot Spyro player in Jeremy Thompson. One of the absolute best to ever do it, especially in Spyro 3. Legendary gamer in our chat here.
Yeah, holds a 3 world record by almost a full minute.
Yeah, kind of bonkers. So there we saw Blunt struggling a bit on the entry to Sergeant Bird's base. It could be a bit finicky because basically, and I can be corrected if anyone wants to correct me in the chat if I'm wrong on this, basically those water levels kind of like to fluctuate a bit up and down, and you're trying to catch it in such a way where you're charging into the wall while those are raising you up enough, the way you're clipping into the bridge, and it basically makes so Spyro can get out of bounds pretty easily. It can be a bit finicky and can be a bit frustrating at times, but you know, that's Spyro, that's speedrunning. And while Blunt's here in the middle of the level, White Paws is making a bit of a run ahead, saving a bit more time on that split, I believe, than Blunt, as they head to Spooky Swamp. They had a bit of a hiccup. Didn't get enough height there to get over the top of the level and get out of bounds. But here they're going to be going under the level and hopping into the portal, which is going to be a reoccurring theme throughout the game. I didn't talk about it quite as much in Hub 1, just because I figured there were some good opportunities just throughout the run. But as in Spyro 2, as we saw with Dragon Shores' portal, the portals for each of the levels will actually be located underneath where the level themselves are, which can allow for some funny speedrunning shenanigans by getting out of bounds here in the hub worlds. I also would like to pipe into the current conversation and say that I think nighttime showers are also the way to go. They are very based and epic, unless I'm trying to wake myself up in the morning and I need a really cold shower.
Hey, wait, you guys take showers?
That's true. That we are gamers. You might be disgracing the name here. Also, White Paw's missing Proxy and Blunt actually hitting Proxy. Kind of insane. Kind of a big swing for Blunt there. Oof. It's a big time save. I believe Proxy's around 15 to 20. So that definitely is a pretty big swing in favor of Team Elora launchers here.
Yeah, White Paws better not be looking over his shoulder at this moment. He's got Jeremy in. Sorry, not Jeremy. He's got Blunt in his rearview mirror.
So right here we're gonna see two different strats, I believe. Blunt's gonna go for Bug. Unfortunately misses Bug. Whereas White Paws hit a boulder Proxy right there. It's a little bit of a squeezy Proxy. Gets his way out of bounds and is able to hop to the end of the level. And Blunt's now gonna follow up by trying to do boulder. Gets it. Alright, they got the hover. Yep, no problem. But White Paws is gonna save a little bit more time, I believe, on this split than Blunt, just because they went for boulder straight out and didn't have to worry about enemy positioning or anything like that. But that little Bug Proxy could have saved the deficit where they're currently sitting at, and they probably could have been tied up. But unfortunately, Bug Proxy's a little tough. Alright. White Paws making their way to Enchanted Towers here, where I saw them practicing this level earlier. They were struggling a bit with the Jackhammer Proxy, which is going to be used to either get to the end of level or get onto a platform where we can get to the end of level. Blunt a little bit faster with this whole entry. Oh my god. He just makes moving Spyro look so pretty. Like, he just does.
It's absolutely poetic.
White Paws hitting the Proxy up to the platform, where he's going to be able to get to the end of level. Honestly, Paws putting together the best Spyro 3 run I have seen out of him in the last few days so far. This has been a very good run by him. Still missing a couple beats here and there, but just generally a very solid, well put together run.
As you might expect from him, yep. That is the kind of elegance that he's put on display, so.
Yeah, to talk about runner history, I mean, White Paws, I believe, has been running 3NE for give or take 4 years on and off. Also, I just want to say both runners are exiting, going back to Midday Gardens at roughly the same time. And we're only in midday. We're only in midday. But honestly, I will continue to say this until the end of time. It is still anybody's game. There are just so many things that can happen from here until Sorceress that could either lose or save just multiple seconds and possibly minutes, depending on which tricks we're talking about. Like if Blumpos pulls a Dylan J. Fox, he might end up taking a trip to a speedway in Hub 3. Also, White Paws hitting Icy Peak Jump. Blumpos a little bit too low.
He doesn't make it.
That's pretty big. That's about 15 seconds, folks. Like, that by itself is going to put Team Mommy Misato Gang in a pretty solid position. One has to capitalize and catch back up. Oh my god, he misses it a second time. Oh no. Okay. So this is gonna give White Paws quite the lead heading into Hub 3 now. We were just tied up, folks. We were just tied up heading into this level. But unfortunately, the great equalizer is known as Icy Peak Jump. And it's a tough trick. And I do want to say that Blunt is nowhere near what I would say like less than incredible player. That trick is genuinely just so finicky sometimes, and you can miss it by that small little margin, and it is so punishing. All right. Okay. All right. This is really spicing up a little bit here in the last game, especially. I get so hyped for Spyro 3. Not that the other games aren't phenomenal; they are great. Just, you know, you have your preferences, you have your baby. Spyro 3 is my baby.
I thought I was your baby.
No, you're my honey. And my sweetheart, my sugar boo.
Okay, thank you for the clarification.
Yeah, anytime. So White Paw is gonna be heading out of the spike fight. Basically, this Blunt Pose is just starting it. Gonna be trying for this extra rock. Unfortunately, doesn't get it. But he's gonna get that quick drop. And I didn't really talk about the fight just because I was so hyped. Basically, there are 3 phases of it. There are these regular rocks where you have to kind of tackle them in the direction of Spike, and then there are these other ones where they pick up as kind of projectiles. The last phase, you get these blue ones, and okay, he wasn't on no sparks. I thought he actually died there for a moment, which would have been incredibly bad, but thankfully he didn't, and he's going to be heading into Hub 3 here in a moment. White Paw is going to be going for another out of bounds. This time going to be going for Bentley entry. Hopefully, yep, just right into Bentley. No issues at all. Oh, man. Man. This is so cool. This is so cool.
Listen to me, Drake.
Man, I love this game. I really love this game. Chat, how are you? All right, seriously, chat. How are we feeling about this race? Like, right now. How are you guys feeling? Is this exciting? Is this hype? Because I'm feeling so hype right now. I am loving every second of this right now. Like, we started off strong with some great Vortex runs, then some phenomenal 14 tally runs, and then this incredibly exciting and very well-paced 3 any run between both of these guys. Like, this is so cool. This has been such a good race so far. I would argue this has been the best race in the whole series, which is apropos for a final, of course. Not to discredit any of the other runners, of course, but this has just been so exciting. This has just been such a good run. 2 teams very evenly matched against each other, and just putting on a great performance against one another. I didn't know you could spin jump that. Learn something new every day. Man, it seems like you guys are loving this. It seems like you guys are loving this, and you know, I think this will be a very good indicator to John Spyrothon that maybe we need to see some of this in the future, because this has been great.
Yeah, take notes, John Spyrothon.
Yeah, put down some notes, buddy. Me and Glued are gonna be running the show if you keep this up. This you know, you gotta give us some sugar. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe White Paws is on PB pace. They might be somewhat close, but they've had some cutscene crashes, as well as they didn't hit Sunny Proxy or Proc Proxy, but they have hit most of everything else. So I believe they're probably only they might be a Firefly away from being on a very good PB pace, but I know they also have around 10 seconds on their PB to save a Mammoth, which we're gonna see them execute on right here. Because they're a gamer and they're hot. Can you believe that? I can't believe that. It's insane. It's insane. Honestly. Nuke, since I believe you are in call with White Paws, could you please relay to them that I am very proud of them and that I am pogging for them? So here We're seeing Blunt head into not ICP, Frozen Altars as well, and getting their own version of the proxy. They run by the Mammoth and then kind of hop around. There are a few different setups for that proxy. I personally do what White Paws does, but I know a number of people do it the way that Blunt does. Blunt's is a little bit faster, but I find that the way that White Paws did it is slightly more consistent. So, all right. So here we're going to see the trick that will either decide if White Paws is on a big PB pace or not with a Firefly proxy. Oh my god, they had a good line. I think they mistimed their input just slightly. Slightly mistimed. That was a good line though. That was very good. But this is a good chance now for Blunt to catch up. They have practiced this trick oh so much. Once again, they are one of the top runners in this game. Both these runners are phenomenal runners, but Blunt is sitting right near the top with Jeremy at the moment. So if he's able to hit this Firefly proxy, I think
he does not.
He didn't like the line. He's gonna go for it again though. He's gonna go for it again. Right now he's on 1 life, which is a little bit. Ooh, he gets a little bit of a proxy, but not enough. So him going to 1 life here is a little bit scary. The reason being is the next level up is Lost Fleet, where they feature a trick called Zombie. So with Zombie, you basically revert Spyro to a state where he is only able to be in his whatever state he spawns in. So by doing this, you're able to do the out of bounds to get into Charmed Ridge. But when you get into Charmed Ridge, he'll only be able to walk. He won't be able to go up whirlwinds or anything, meaning that you can complete the level without one of those proxies. And because of this, and because of the fact that he has to also nail this other trick called Zombie, he has to do that first try. If he doesn't do it first try, he is shoehorned into having to do everything else first try. It puts him in a tough spot. It really does. And White Paw's hitting the Lost Fleet trick to get to the end of level pretty quickly. Gonna hop on over to this fairy and this guy with the flashlight. Gonna bash him up and then hop into the drink to pass away here to get the boy, the end of level guy. I think his name's Crazy Ed. Over here on top of the ship. And then he's gonna go for a little hover action and get on over to end of level and get the egg. This is getting really, really interesting.
Oh, it's getting spicy.
This is getting so interesting. White Paw's going for the zombie. 1, 2, 3, and oh, he gets it on the pause. He gets the pause buffer. Oh my god. I know it's better to not get the pause buffer, but it always looks more hype to me for some reason. I don't know why the pause buffer is always cooler, but man, we're gonna see White Paws do this out of bounds. Head on over to Charmed Ridge. And as we referenced a little bit earlier, we're in the end game. We are heading into the end game now. All right, so we're gonna see Blunt go for it. Oh, he doesn't hit it. Okay, this is big. Wait, was that a second try? Oh, that's a game over for Blunt. White Paws jumps off the edge intentionally to reset Spyro's state. Oh, that's pretty big. That is pretty big, and the reason being is he has to re-enter the level, and he has to go for it again. Oh my! Oh, and White Paws hits Cat Proxy. White Paws hits Cat Proxy. Oh my God! White Paws is putting together a stellar performance here.
He is fighting for his life. I can't believe it.
Oh my god. What a maneuver. Oh my lord. So there is still a couple of tricks that definitely could equalize this. I don't want you guys to think it is all Mommy Misato gang here. Because I will say earlier today when I was watching White Paws when they were doing runs, there was a little bit of trepidation. Specifically with helmet procs. There was a bit of an issue, and they were struggling here and there. Will that happen again? Can't say. But it does look like they got another cutscene crash here, but they're going to be heading into Scorch as Blunt heads into Charmed Ridge. And it's a first try cat. All right. Blunt making a great case.
Yeah, start the comeback.
Yeah. I will say it's going to take some either terrible RNG here in the Scorch or some combination of very tough luck with Helmet for pause, I think. But right now, they're looking pretty good getting that red rocket on their second Bentley throw. And he's getting a lot of fireball throws, too. Unfortunately, it looks like some of those shots just went through Scorch. So he was unable to connect with one of those shots because this boss fight and game was very well designed.
That's it. I've had
He's
enough.
going to get Buzz here. Yep, Buzz. And he's going to go for a final hit here on Scorch and finish it on up as Blunt comes on in. Now here is the final true hurdle, I would say, of Spyro 3. For White Paws, it was invented and found by the man who broke Spyro in half, Tuval. We're going to see Helmet Proxy. First and foremost, by Mommy Misato Gang and White Paws, trying to clean things up for his team and say proudly and loudly to the world that his team is the best.
Yeah, you better believe Composer and Nuke are cheering him on all the way.
Absolutely. And once again, every runner here, there's nothing to be ashamed of in performance. Absolutely nothing. But right now, I think White Paws is just playing on a different level. I think he's playing at his absolute best. Struggling a bit on the setup with Helmet. Once again, I'd like to reiterate this trick is not easy. But White Paws makes it look like it is. Ooh, a little bit of struggle there. Movement. They get around. They're hopping on over. They get into
And in.
Sorceress. All right.
All right, here we go.
So, right now, there is still the final boss to fight, which I will say can lose a lot of time and can save a lot of time, depending on
White Paws has
how
done. Yeah.
these phases go.
White Paws has done it twice for his team. He's going to try a third time. Let's see if he can do it.
Spyro.
All right, White Paw shooting a little bit low on that first set of shots to the Sorceress, but still connects with two. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like they're getting an... Oh, they did get an early cannon. I'm mistaken. It looked like he was setting up for it, but he never shot it. But White Paw is going to get a couple extra hits here. Hopefully hit a second. Unfortunately, the Sorceress is being very finicky. But he gets 2 hits and is able to connect, and hopefully he's able to get an early cannon as well, or an early tank. This is... Oh, no. Did he miss? Did he miss? Oh, no! So, White Paws now needs to connect with the cannon shot really as fast as he possibly can to hopefully... Okay, does he get another tank? Does he get another? He doesn't. He's going to have to rely on Saucer here at the end. Okay. This is the end game, guys. This is the end game we're talking about. Come on. All right, White Paws gets on the Saucer. He's going to have to connect with 6 shots, which can be a bit finicky from time to time.
There's 2.
2 so far. Going for 3.
3.
Gonna go for an extra, I think.
4.
4. All right, Blunt getting the second tank. He's going to get an early tank here.
1 to go.
5. He gets an early tank.
There it is.
You're your winners! And Spyrothon Vortaliany Relay Race Champions! Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Mommy Misato Gang! Nuke 47, Composer, and White Paws bringing it home. And we just saw Blunt also finish up. Amazing.
What a finish.
Amazing race from both teams. Phenomenal. Like that was easily, in my opinion, the best in the whole series.
That had the potential to go so wrong for White Paws, and he clutched it out. That was awesome. That was fantastic.
Absolutely beautiful. And I couldn't once again be any more proud of all the runners involved and any more happy for all
It's a
involved.
funny thing, Spyro.
Do we want to get the winners in here for a quick moment? Is that something we can do here, Phoenix Faulty?
Now, how many
Or
times
Faulty
have I told you?
Phoenix Faulty. Phoenix Super. Phoenix Super Faulty. Phoenix John Spyro Faulty. Just for a quick moment, if we can get a few words for them. I am buzzing. That was amazing. Like, nobody on either team should be feeling any kind of bad way.
Yeah, shout out.
Phenomenal performances from everybody. They absolutely killed it, everybody here. We got Composer, we got Nuke, and we got White Paws in here. Guys, just go ahead. Say what you want to the people. Great job. Phenomenal job. Congrats on the win. And take it away.
Dude, a shout out to White Paws for clutching up at the end, you know?
Heck yeah, we did it.
Shout out
That's
to-
28. That was a great run for me.
Shout out to Composer for bringing it back. Shout out to White Paws for carrying it home.
Yep.
Shout out for me.
And shout out for you.
Shout out to
for
you.
setting a solid
You kept
run
that
down
pretty
too, though, dude.
close.
You set down a solid run at the beginning too.
Absolutely.
Shout out to the other team for throwing for content.
Yeah, you know,
This was all
two
planned.
last week, you know.
Absolutely. I just want to again reiterate, everybody here right now in this call, Noyar of course isn't with us in the call. I think they went to bed probably.
You had to go to work.
But you guys, okay. You guys all absolutely killed it. Phenomenal runs across the boards. Anything you guys want to say, Ann and Blunt?
I mean, it
well
was
played.
close. It was close.
Yeah.
It was a very good race. Like,
There
I
was
was
some-
sweating in Sorceress. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Closer was
I'm-
like, it may not be it. I know. Please don't put
Yeah.
that on me.
I'll be 100% real here. Dylan's just hype up at the beginning made me more nervous than anything.
I knew
I know,
that was
dude.
gonna
I
happen.
loved it, Dylan.
Dude, Dylan, I've been
Great
listening every
commentary.
now and then, and yeah, you've been very good at just bringing all the energy you have, dude. Straight up. Respect.
Thank you. I
Like
tried.
seconds afterwards, like I forgot to skip the cutscene at the right time. I got fourth try code. I'm like, oh my god, Dylan screwed me up.
Yeah, all of that was Dylan's
That,
fault.
that hyped me up. I got like a 241 artisans right after that.
I was gonna say your
I was
artist is
feeling it.
literally the best I've seen. Like you
and
do.
then it all
I don't know
fell
why.
apart after
Mine was
that biscuit.
dog
Completely
water.
ruined my life. Unlucky. It is what it is.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a great race, though.
It
Pretty
was.
close.
GG's all around. It was very
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, GG's guys.
GG's.
GG's.
What a showcase for the games.
Hugest
Absolutely.
GG's. I'm happy to have called it glued. How do you feel, man? You did a
I
great
feel
job. too.
fantastic. What a great finish. What a great show. Honestly, I'm feeling good.
Awesome.
And thank
Well,
you
To third and
so
fourth
much
place runs for
to-
the relay.
Ooh, Tooper, what's up, buddy?
And I was gonna say thank you so much both to Dylan and Glued for the hype commentary throughout. Definitely kept me on
So
the edge
we
of the
watch
seat.
it.
Shoutouts to the runners. That was some probably the highest level gameplay we could have asked for. Super duper well done by both teams. With all the RNG and in both games, I would have never thought that it would come down to be that close. So shoutouts to everyone there. Really gave it your all. I want to shout out Ghostly Trickster and Thrasher, who really helped the Spyrothon team put this together, as well as everyone else who participated in the earlier games we had leading up to Spyrothon. Really added to the hype. This has been super enjoyable to watch. Thank you so much for everyone involved. And there is still more to come from Spyrothon. However, not a bunch. We have one run left, and it's the classic Spyro the Dragon 120% by Valen. He will be up next after a quick break. And just before that break, I'm just going to shout out the Vortaliany Relay Discord. Thrasher has just posted the link to that in the chat. If this is something that interests you, be sure to join. There's solo relays done in there, as well as team relays. If you're trying to learn the games, that is a great place to start off. But on that note, we're finishing up here, and we're heading on to Spyro the Dragon 120 next with Valen. See you guys.
Hype up
then.
for Valid.
Let's go.
Woo!
Let's go.
Go, baby!
Oh, hey everyone. Don't mind me, I'm just practicing me bone dance. You are watching Spyrothon. just quickly glide out of here. What the fucking